Hi friends, it's Miss Amanda from the Allen County Public Library, and it's virtual story time. Today we'll be reading The Gingerbread Man by Gail Yarrell. We would like to thank Paragon Books for allowing us to read this to you virtually today. To access titles like these, simply download the Libby or Overdrive app to your smartphone or device. Here we go. Once upon a time, a little old man and a little old woman lived in a cottage near the river. One morning, the little old woman decided to bake a gingerbread man as a special treat. And there's the little old woman. She has all of her utensils out and she's reading a recipe book to make gingerbread. If you look out the kitchen window, I see a little old man standing next to a wheelbarrow. The little old woman mixed together all the ingredients to make the gingerbread dough. And here's what she needed. 3 2/3 cup of all-purpose flour. 3/4 cup of light brown sugar. 7 tablespoons of butter. 1 egg. 4 tablespoons of corn syrup. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. 1 2/3 teaspoons of ground ginger. A rolling pin. A gingerbread man shaped cookie cutter. She mixed all those ingredients together. Then she rolled the dough out flat and used the cutter to make it into the shape of a little man. Isn't he cute? Finally, she made some icing for his eyes and mouth, and she gave him 3 currant buttons and a cherry for his nose. The gingerbread man was ready to be baked. Something's happened in this picture. She's kneeling next to the oven. She's pulling out the pan, but something's missing. It's the gingerbread man. Half an hour later, the gingerbread man was baked, and the little old woman opened the oven. But suddenly, the gingerbread man jumped up and ran through the open kitchen door. "Stop!" cried the old woman, running after him. "I want to eat you." But the gingerbread man would not stop because he did not want to be eaten. "Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man," he chanted. The gingerbread man ran past the little old man. "Stop!" cried the little old man. "I want to eat you." But the gingerbread man ran even faster. "I've run away from a little old woman, and I can run away from you," he said. "Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man," he chanted. The little old man and the little old woman chased the gingerbread man into the yard, but he was too fast. And as he ran, he passed a pig. "Stop!" snorted the pig. "I want to eat you." But the gingerbread man ran even faster. There's the pig. And the gingerbread man says this: "I've run away from a little old woman and a little old man, and I can run away from you," he said. So at the top of the page, we have the little old woman, and then the little old man, and then the pig. But here's a new character. What is that? A cow. What's a cow say? Moo. Very good. "Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man," he chanted. The pig chased the gingerbread man, followed by the little old man and the little old woman. The gingerbread man ran past a cow by the barn. "Stop!" mooed the cow. "I want to eat you." "I've run away from a little old woman, a little old man, and a pig, and I can run away from you," the gingerbread man cried. And what does he say? What's that jingle he says? Say it with me. "Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man," he chanted. The cow, the pig, and the little old man and the little old woman all chased the gingerbread man, but the gingerbread man was too fast. Who's he going to talk to next? You're right, the horse. The gingerbread man raced past a horse in the field. Stop, neighed the horse. I want to eat you. I've run away from a little old woman, a little old man, a pig, and a cow, and I can run away from you, he said. And what's he say? Run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man, he chanted. The horse chased the gingerbread man, followed by the cow, the pig, the little old man, and the little old woman. But the gingerbread man was too fast. Oh, but now he looks worried, doesn't he? His eyes are big. His mouth is small. Why would he be worried? Let's see. Then the gingerbread man reached a river and stopped. The sparkly water swirled in front of him. Oh no, I can't swim, he cried. How will I get across? And I see a new character in the bottom of our page. What animal is that? A sly and hungry fox saw the gingerbread man and he licked his lips. Jump onto my tail and I will take you across the river, he said. Should the gingerbread man listen to the fox right now? I don't know. Let's see. So the gingerbread man jumped onto the fox's tail. He looks hungry, doesn't he? After swimming halfway, the fox said, You're too heavy for my tail. Jump onto my back. So the gingerbread man ran along the fox's bushy tail and jumped onto his back. There he is, riding the fox across the river, trying to escape the little old woman, the little old man, the pig, the cow, and the horse. Now he's on the fox's back trying to get across. After a while, the fox cried, Oh, you're too heavy for my back. Jump onto my nose. So the gingerbread man jumped onto the fox's nose. But as soon as they reached the riverbank, the fox flipped the gingerbread man up into the air, snapped his big mouth shut, and gobbled him up. And that was the end of the gingerbread man. Materials you may need for today's craft include a brown piece of paper, markers, scissors, and some string. In the comment section below, there is a template for a gingerbread man for you to trace. Hi friends, it's nice to see you again. So I'm back at the farm today and you may hear my farm critters. They're very loud. I think after all of this rain, everybody's ready to get out in this sunshine and enjoy the weather. We are going to make a gingerbread man today. And if you remember in our story, there were lots of farm creatures that gingerbread man came across, right? There was a pig and a cow and a horse. So remember those animals and you might hear... I hear a chicken right now, but you might hear a cow in the background, and that's the neighbor's farms. They're just wanting to say hello. We are making a gingerbread man today, and he's going to look something like this. And as you can see, I've got holes all the way around the edges of him because this is going to be a really fun opportunity for your child to learn some motor skills. With the string that they're going to use today, we're going to practice a lacing card. So your gingerbread man will be a great way to incorporate different ways for your children to use their fingers to make a finished project. So first what you're going to do is get a brown piece of paper, and I have folded mine in half. So fold it this way, and then use that template that I have left in the comment section below if you need help drawing a gingerbread man. Print that off and lay it onto your brown piece of paper and trace it with your marker. Once you have that traced, we're going to use our scissors, I've got mine with me, to cut on the black line. So remember, friends, we always say this every time we do a craft. You're going to put your fingers in the big hole and your thumb in the small. Let's practice opening and shut. Ready? Open and shut until what? Until we get to the end. That's right. So flip your page over. I have got this folded in half because when you cut on this black line, afterwards you should have 2 gingerbread man. And that's very important when it comes to our lacing activity later in this craft section. So let's get our fingers and our scissors correctly, and let's start opening and shutting them on our black line. So open and shut, open and shut, open and shut till we get to the end. And there are some curves on this gingerbread man today, and that's going to be a little tricky sometimes for kids to practice, but it's a really great opportunity to get all of our scissor skills down pat. Did you know that nearly all kids who enter kindergarten don't know how to use their scissors correctly? And that's something they need to be practicing before they enter the classroom. So I know scissors can be scary, parents, for kids to get a hold of, but just monitor them, make sure they're not getting their fingers in the way, and it will be just fine. It's a great skill to learn. It's a little windy today. I brought my clipboard out so that I can keep everything in its place because we don't want paper blowing all over the yard. All right, so I've got my 2 gingerbread men cut out. We have 1 and 2. Just lay them on top of each other for now. In just a second, we will get to the fun lacing portion. I think it'll be a great opportunity now, kiddos, to decorate your gingerbread man. So I'm gonna lay this one down here and just get you some markers, whatever color you want them to be, and begin making your gingerbread man. I would start with a face, and then you can go on and add extra details. On this one that I've finished already, you can see he's got eyes and nose and a mouth. If you remember in our story, what kind of nose did the old lady put on the gingerbread man? Mine's red, so it might jog your memory. It was a cherry, so that's why I gave him a red nose for our cherry. But your nose doesn't have to be red. It can be whatever color you want it to be. I'm going to start with some round eyes. And I'll fill in my pupils like I always do. And I like having that pink or red nose, so I'm going to do that with my pink marker today. My roosters are so loud for some reason. So there's his pink nose. And then we'll make him have a happy face. Or you could have him having a worried expression. What does a worried expression look like? Do you remember? Can you do that? I'm worried. Maybe he's worried because he remembers he can't swim. He's a little, we'll make this one worried. Oh, he's really scared. He can't swim across that river. So here's what I have so far. He does look worried, doesn't he? And now we can go on and add extra details. I like for my gingerbread man to have these really fun designs on the arms and the legs. And mine are usually curvy. And this just indicates maybe some icing that the old lady might have decorated him with. So let's pretend we're making a really yummy cookie. That's what they wanted to do anyway, wasn't it? They wanted to make a really yummy snack, a really yummy cookie. So we might have some different color icing stripes. We're using our imagination. Just like our summer reading theme, imagine your story. So I've got some green stripes going on every one of his limbs. His limbs are his arms and his legs. And I'll show you what that looks like as soon as I get this last one done. There will be parts in this video where I will have to rush through a little bit because it might be a little long. But I think once you get the general idea, you will know what to do. See that? So there's some green stripes. I'll get some of these burgundy. That's a fun word, burgundy. It's a darker shade of red. We'll get some burgundy stripes to go on top of his green ones. And as I'm doing this, I will just rush through the video as I finish decorating. And once I'm finished decorating, we will start lacing. Okay, I finished decorating my gingerbread boy. I've put dots on his hands and his arms. I've got buttons down the front of him. I've even made some hair. So now it's time to put our 2 gingerbread pieces together to begin lacing. And what you're going to do is just match them together like this. And then you're going to punch holes all the way around like I did mine here. Now, I would probably not put so many holes, parents, around each section only because it's a lot for your young kids to have to do. If your children are older, you can modify this to make it more complicated. But if your kids are younger, like 4 and 5, I would maybe only put a couple per section, and that way they don't get too frustrated. So stay tuned while I get my hole punch and we will finish this craft together. Hi friends, I'm back. I brought my hole punch this time. So what you're going to do is get your 2 gingerbread men that you cut out together, and we're going to layer the one that's decorated on top of the plain one. And you want it to match pretty well. That way whenever you lace your cards together, it should go together pretty evenly. Once you have them layered, if you have a hole punch, I want you to pick it up, and through both pieces, you're going to start punching holes. This is really fun for kids to do. Parents, it might be a good idea if you go ahead and pre-dot some places for your child to match the hole punch with. So I'll make some little circles around the side and see if your child can match the hole punch to those dots. Here's just a few. There's one there, there, there. So I'll match my hole punch to those dots, and then I'll just keep going around. You'll see me go slow, and then the video will speed up a little bit. I'm just punching holes, okay? It's not hard. You just want to make sure to leave enough space on the edges so that the hole punch can go through without ripping through the paper. Okay, so I'm just going to punch all the way around my gingerbread man. Okay, I've punched all the way around my gingerbread man. Can you see all the holes? Okay, so now you're going to get your string. And in my first example, I went where I started at the top, and I went in and out. I went over and then under, over and then under. And that's one form of threading that you can use. But for this video, I'm going to show you a really simple whip stitch. And I think that the kids will be able to understand that maybe a little bit more clearly. If they want to do this portion, it's fine, because I did it and it worked out great. But you're going to get your string and make sure it's not tangled up. And you don't want too much length where it's hard to use. But at the same time, you don't want it too short either, so you don't run out of string. So starting with your string, you're going to push it through. Remember, they're layered on top of each other. Make sure they're matching up correctly. You're going to layer this through on one side, and then to keep that stable so it doesn't get in the kids' way, I would get a little piece of tape and just tape that little tail down, and that way it doesn't get in your way, okay? And I should have done that, but Miss Amanda is at home and she's not always as prepared as she needs to be. So I'll just hold that with my finger and I'll be fine. So I'm going to hold that down, and then with this portion you're going to get the end of your tail of your long end of your string, and you're going to push it through the next hole in your that's next to the one that you just put through. So we're following it one after the other. You don't want to skip a hole because then it won't stay shut. See how that connected right there? And we'll do the same thing to this next hole. And you'll see me do this for a little bit, and I will rush through the video again so you don't have to watch me do this for 20 minutes. I just want to get you kind of on the right page. There's the third one. And now from here, we're going to go down to that corner here and then next to the arm. So we'll go to the neck of the gingerbread man. Then once I get to the arm, I'm going to let you guys go for a minute. You're not going to watch me work fast, and then we will get back on with you. So we just went through the neck. Now we're going to go through the hand, always going over the top of the part of the gingerbread boy or man, and that way it's creating a little seal or a hem for him. That way he stays together. All right, watch me go fast. All right, I've got my gingerbread man all threaded. Now the back is long, so you just need to cut that where you have enough room to tie off the back, or you can just tape it down the back. And that way if your kids want to thread their gingerbread man, they can. For today's activity, I'll just tie it up really fast. And while I'm tying, I'll clue you in on some things that are coming up this week. Thursday, we are having our another summer reading program that goes along with the Imagine Your Story theme, and it's going to be titled Magical Creatures, Mermaids, and Beasts. So be thinking about what maybe Miss Amanda will be talking about. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to show off maybe some scarier things. We've been talking about lots of fun fairy tales lately, but there's always a darker side too, and that might pique some other interest out there. And I did want to elaborate too the different types of threading that you can do. You can go over and under, and it makes a really nice line around your gingerbread man. Or you can do a whip stitch, and it goes around the corners, the sides of the man, and that will work too. Whatever your preference is fine. And I know sometimes lacing is going to be tricky, so don't be discouraged, parents, if your kids want to give up on this. Just really try to encourage them that they're doing their best. If they need to take a break and come back to it, they can. But always encourage them to try again. It's very important. And being able to get a string and keep their fingers going in different directions, pushing through things, pulling out. It's really great for those little muscles in their fingers to develop correctly. So make sure to encourage that fun activity. Okay, that's story time for today. We can't wait to see you again next week. And until then, just keep on imagining with me, and happy reading. Goodbye.